Hello everyone, and welcome to my guide over farming Lighthouse loot. This is one of the most profitable runs in the game. Enjoy. There are three main routes for ruble making on Lighthouse: the Rogues, the Chalet, and the Lighthouse. I'll be covering the Lighthouse route in this video, but if you'd like to see the Rogue or the Chalet routes, click on the videos here, or the links will be down below in the description. There are only two spawns that I personally would do this Lighthouse run from, the one directly outside the pier and the one by the southern road. Here we are at the spawn directly outside of pier. If you get the spawn, I would recommend going to this house and looking for the spawn on the southern road to push up to the top of the mountain. Usually they'll push up on the right side and their head will silhouette right up over it, or they'll go on the left side and they'll be somewhere over here. But just look for a moment and then you can take off running. I wouldn't recommend looting the house. It takes a little bit too long and I don't want to give any other spawns a chance to run up on us. We want to get out to the island as quickly as possible. The Lighthouse route is great for a duo or a three-man. A solo can do it, but there's almost too much loot for just one person, and it is hard to loot and make sure nobody runs down the pier while you're doing it. It takes roughly 30 seconds to run from the gate of the pier to the front door of the Lighthouse. So keep that in mind while you're looting out here and try to periodically check along the pier to make sure no one's running your way. When you get out here, you can either go in the main door or the right side jump over. If you're not the first one out here, be careful of someone hanging out on those rocks up there. You can also go to the left side jump over, just go up on those tires and you can hop right over. We're going to go in the front here because there is a side room that has some loot in it that's worth going and getting. Just go in the left here. You have the duffel bag and then the computer and then a rare item on the desk next to the computer. When you open this door, be careful of rogues being out in this parking lot as well as scavs. They mainly spawn up top there on the higher ground, but sometimes they can be in this courtyard. Then we'll go to the left, open this door, and there's two jackets and a tech crate, as well as some barter items on the ground and on the box here, and then the toolbox. That's all in there. We'll go next door. There are some food items on the ground here, as well as some hydration. And then same for this room here, but you have the two jackets. Then if we go upstairs, we have the rare item spawn in the corner next to the pool table, the jacket there, weapon attachments here, and conference room. This key is most definitely worth getting. I'd probably place it at 250k value, but it's usually a lot cheaper than that. You have the filing cabinet plus the black box, a few rare item spawns, the safe that does not have a key yet, but will in the future, the computer, and then more rare item spawns in the corner. After that, we are going to go back downstairs and across to the other building and loot over there. This would be a good time to do the periodic check or people running down the pier. Honestly, you should probably have done it a few times by now already. Once you get in here, you have the big weapon box, some barter items on the shelving, the computer, small black box, another computer, and then this duffel bag to the right. If I miss any of these loot spawns, guys, please let me know down in the comments below. We're going to go upstairs now to the left side and hit this duffel bag, plus the weapon box, the ammo box, and then the weapon attachments on the couch. Then we're going to go back downstairs because I would have ran up just to scan further down the pier, and then we'll loot the other portion of the downstairs. There's a safe in there that, again, does not have a key, but might in the future. The tech crate there, some ammo spawns on top of the box, and then barter items on the shelving. Then we're going to go next door here. We have the ammo there, duffel bag, and then the medical room. I have gotten a LEDX on this left shelf here where that Sula was, so definitely worth checking. Then you have the jacket and medical bag as well. And we'll go in here. You have the rare spawn on the ironing board, the barter items on the shelf and on top of the washing machine, and on the back shelving in here, plus the toolbox. Then we're going to go ahead and head back upstairs and scan along pier one more time. But for the sake of this video, we're just going to go straight into March room and hit the rare item spawns in here. This key is most definitely worth It's usually pretty cheap and will pay itself off in one run. I'd place it probably at a 250k price tag as well. There's rare item spawns on the ground right there, the jacket, they're on the seats behind me, the beds, in front of the beds. It's unfortunate that this round's actually kind of weak, but usually this room is packed with the rare items. Next, we'll go back out, hit this jacket here, and then go in the bathroom. You have the toolbox, a rare item spawn in the toilet. Next door, you have barter items on the shelf, as well as a small black box on the last shower stall. We're gonna go and head back outside now down the staircase. To the right on the rocks is a great place to snipe along the pier as well. You have barter items here along the shelving, the toolbox, outside on the pinwheel, in this dip here, the box there, and then more barter items on the shelving here. Next, we're gonna push out and head to the side of the rock. You can loot on the pier, but there's not a ton of good items out there, just some barter items. I prefer to get the ammo spawns, the weapon attachments, and the rare item spawn on the back here. The ammo spawns will be all along the boxes on the ground. That box there too. Then this box will have the weapon attachments. And then you have the rare item spawn in the broken box here, plus the medbag there. Now we're gonna head up top to loot the rest of the buildings and look for the rogues. I have them spawn out here maybe 1 out of every 6 to 7 raids, so they're not super common, but they are nice whenever it does happen because you can get some extra storage rigs, a little bit extra loot. Once you get up here, make sure you do not go too far on the right side. There are instant kill landmines, but if you stick to this left side, you'll be good. This tower has really good loot in it. You can get barter items on the table, as well as a hydration spawn, the jacket, duffel bag, ammo spawns on the couch, barter items on the shelving, rare item on top of the safe itself, folder of intel on the chair, barter items, the jacket, and then there is a computer under the desk as well that I missed. There's raiders that can spawn out here. By the time you make it up into this tower, they typically will make themselves known by voice calming. If they are up here, just stay in that tower and fight them. You can get a nice right-hand peek on all their spawns. There's barter items on the shelving in here. The door there, you can't go in here. But if you go in this door, you have the jacket, the barter items on the ground, the toolbox, and then the rare item in the corner here, as well as the computer, the desk, and then the filing cabinet as well. Then we'll go back to that first store we looked at. I typically don't find anything good in here, but there are some barter items on the ground, and then the duffel bag as well. I have a feeling that there's a rare item spawn in here that I just haven't found yet. We'll head outside now. There's ammo spawns in the boxes here and here. Then we'll go up on the roof. There's also the food spawn on the table there. There's weapon attachments in the left corner, the weapon box right there to my left, and then a rare item spawn in this broken box here, plus another weapon attachment spawn in front of me there. Then we'll go down and hit the food crate in front of this next building. At this point, you might need some hydration or energy, and this is a great way to get it every raid. Inside here, you have barter items in the shelving, the jacket here, the toolbox around the corner to the left, more barter items on the box and on the table, as well as the shelving, and then in this dip right here. And then last but not least, on this shelving here, plus the weapon box. The next room over has a few more barter item spawns on the shelving, on top of the table here, and on the ground in the corner. And then outside, there is a great vantage point on top of the rock to see all up here. And then ammo spawns and weapon attachments in the box there, the dead body on the ground, the filing cabinets, barter items on the shelves, ammo box on the table there, and then the radar key, which can be very difficult to get your hands on, but if you do, it's worthwhile because you have the barter item spawns off to the right, plus a rare item spawn on the shelf and on the table, and then the computer as well. And then weapon attachments and the black box. Unfortunately, this radar key is very difficult to get. You practically have to trade another extremely difficult key for it or get lucky and find it in raid. After that, I'll come in here and hit the toolbox and the jacket, and then we'll head downstairs and look on top of the boxes for ammo and barter spawns. After that, we're going to head all the way upstairs. Even though I have yet to find a single item from this room, I am determined that there will be a medical spawn in this room because, I mean, look at it. Why would there not be a LEDX spawn on every single one of these desks? But I've yet to find anything good in there, or out here for that matter. But for the sake of showing it, here we are. Plus, you get to do some cool parkour off the roof and onto the set of rocks where you're going to jump down from anyways. There are food and hydration spawns on top of these boxes, as well as ammo and weapon attachments on top of those boxes there. If I were to loot this as a squad, I'd place one person up here as a lookout because it has a vantage point pretty much the entire way down the pier. And with that being said, you're going to want to do one last scan from up here, especially on these top rocks, just to see if there's anyone trying to do Shooterborn in Heaven or complete their thermal kills. They'll usually post up somewhere at the top there. So I like to scan along and then work my way back through one more time just to be safe. You can look at this middle portion. There is like a ridge right there that goes all along the edge. That's probably the most popular place to camp, as well as the right side. But if you don't see anyone, I usually will just go straight down. If you push yourself into the rock, you can slide down and jump on top of the dumpster and make a clean getaway. If you have people pushing you and they go inside the compound, usually when they go up the hill, you can do a drop down and make the run out, because again, it takes about 30 seconds to make it across this pier. So by the time they post up for the shot, it's already too late. Once you get here, you can go off to the right and jump up over the edge and work your way to the extract. There are two stashes that I'd hit along the way. This one here on the mini island, and then one further down by the extract. There's also one that I passed over, but I would not hit that just because it's so exposed to the top mountain. Once you get to the extract, just find that tractor there, then the tire in the middle of the road, then right over the railing, and you'll find the stash. These two stashes are used as supplemental loot, but you'll hardly ever need them. Thanks for watching the Lighthouse Loot Guide. If you enjoyed it, feel free to drop that like and then comment down below which video you'd like to see next. Until next time, guys, have a good one.